Then we have Kay Benson, the interior designer. I told y'all this story just off the top of my head the other day, one of our other recent lives. This one gives us a little more detail. And I was off on the dollar amount. Oh my God, I lied to y'all again. Oh, don't throw no tomatoes. Oh my God, I lied. I told y'all it was around $2,000 or something. It was more. It was more. I was trying to go off my memory. I told y'all so much to this. Give me some grace. Give me some grace. Kay Benson, an interior designer for Williams' Greens and Gravy restaurant in Atlanta, also detailed a negative experience with Williams that ended up with her suing him for non-payment of $4,270. She was quoted as saying, "He paid my contractor by credit card, and a week later, he says he didn't receive any money and it never went into the account. I told Darius, who told me it's out of my account and he may need to check with his bank." Nah. After moving forward, I paid the contractor out of my own money. Darius said that once the money came back to his account, he would pay me back, Benson said. So Darius Cooks used his credit card to pay the contractor, scammed the contractor, probably did a stop payment or something, or a chargeback. The contractor doesn't get paid. So out of good faith, because the interior designer brought the contractor in and she probably works with him on multiple projects, she like, I ain't trying to ruin my relationship. I'm going to give him the money. And she believed Crooks' lies where he said, oh, okay, well, when the money hit my account again, I'm going to give it to you. She paid for his work on his restaurant. And he didn't pay her back. Well, because he was lying in the first place. That's number one. Said the restaurant opened, and according to Benson, she still had not received the money that was promised to her from Williams, and she sued him. She says that 2 days before the court date, he placed a check in her mailbox. Benson ultimately discovered the issue with the payment to the contractor was because Williams disputed the charge. Didn't I just say that? And according to Square, and that's according to the Square dispute resolution team. Didn't the Verbo owner that we talked to, we actually interviewed over here a couple months ago, didn't she say that Darius Cooks charged back the security deposit, the $5,000 security deposit? Y'all see what she be up to? So here's the actual claim here, claim of statement. This is what was submitted to the court. Got Darius Williams, aka Darius Cooks LLC. So she was suing both. He was the defendant. They redacted some of the information. It says Darius Williams owes me $4,000 for, oh, it's kind of hard to read because it's handwritten. For payment to his contractor, $200 for payment to his, I don't know if that's contractor again, and $70 for look like non-sufficient fund check received for design payment. So he bounced the check to her too, on top of not. So he bounced the check to her, and that must have finally went through, but she got a charge for that. But then in addition, he didn't pay the contractor. So the claim amount was the total of $4,270. And then it would have been $5,135 if there had been additional costs from the actual suit. So this is the Darius Cooks ended up, and this was in 2017, everybody. This is from July 17th of 2017. Again, these scams ain't new. I mean, the ones I went over with myself, that was what? It started in 2009, but the official, everything was going down in 2011, 2012. She been at this a long time. Told y'all. She been at this a long time. Then we had, what else was I going to say about that? Then he had, because there have been some other things at his house in Atlanta. He also owed a contractor. That'll come up eventually. I'll find it. He owed a contractor who did like a pergola, like something in his backyard. He didn't pay that guy. He claimed something was wrong with it. But you know, some people who want to get over will have you do the work and then claim they don't like it or something's wrong, so they don't have to pay you. He pulled one of those moves. The guy ended up putting a lien on his house, so I'm sure the guy's paid now because Darius Cooks sold that house. Then with the house he has in Houston, a few months ago, this was before I was going live like this with y'all. Well, we were on a hiatus. Well, I was on a hiatus. Y'all wasn't. Y'all was like, Vell, talk about it. He ended up having another interior designer at his current house in Houston. He did some renovation there, and he had a lady project manager, and she's supposed to be someone who was on one of these reality shows or something. Supposedly, he claims that he paid her $150,000 and nothing was being done, or he couldn't see where the money went. He was trying to go back and forth with her online, and she just was like, you know, I'm not going to deal with you. And basically, he said he fired her, but it seems like she quit. But he was trying to basically infer that she stole money from him. That's what he was telling his followers. But again, he can never be the person who's wrong. He always has to make the other person the villain in his story. So it'd be great if, you know, some of these people would speak up, but he always finds people who don't really want the smoke. They just kind of let him run wreck shop. And right at the at the community he lives in with the fence around it. Maddie's mom is saying at the gated community house, the fence community house. That's not a gate. That's a fence. Let's move on.
Hey, popping like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I meant to. Hit the ground running like